following program is a production of Hōʻike Kauaʻi Community Media. The Hōʻike Weekly has been made possible in part by the Rice Street Business Association, the Kauaʻi Island Utility Cooperative, and Violi Properties. You hear that? It's nice and quiet in here now, but next week, the Hōʻike Weekly will have a live studio audience. Island school students will be touring the building and sitting in during a live taping of our show. It's an incredible opportunity to see in action all of the things that go into producing a weekly show like ours, and it's one of those things that only experience can teach. So I better get it together by then. No need to worry about a crowd right now, though. For now, it's just you and me today. Aloha Kauaʻi, I'm Trisha Allen, and this is the Hōʻike Weekly. Kauaʻi, you know it's Newsflash time. Our island might be small, but there's a lot happening around here, and you have things to do, so let's give you the latest in a short and entertaining way so you can go about your week informed. A visitor from Japan has died several days after he was pulled from the waters off a Kauaʻi shoreline. County officials said, according to preliminary reports, the 66-year-old man was snorkeling at Lihue Beach last week Wednesday. At some point, he went unconscious and a surfer found him face down in the water about 30 to 40 feet from shore. The surfer brought him to shore and emergency crews arrived and took over care. Officials said fire personnel utilized the Lucas device and an AED on the snorkeler before medics arrived and performed advanced care. The man was rushed to Wilcox Hospital in critical condition, but unfortunately, he did not make it. An autopsy is pending and no foul play is suspected. Kauaʻi firefighters have been working tirelessly to contain a brush fire in Anahola, located Mauka side of Kuhio Highway, near the post office. The fire, which started on Thursday afternoon, has grown to an estimated 10 to 15 acres. As of the latest update, it's about 20% contained, and 5 sensors were installed near the affected area overnight to detect any flare-ups. Air 1 and Air 2 were deployed yesterday, but had to stand down during the evening. As of today, though, Air 1 will be on standby in the event it's needed. In the meantime, fire crews, assets, and partner agencies are on the scene today. Crews with the Kaikea Fire Station, Tender 1, Tender 2, Department of Public Works, private landowners, the on-duty battalion chief, and the Department of Land and Natural Resources, Division of Forestry and Wildlife are all responding to the incident. Thankfully, at this time, there are no road closures, no immediate threat to homes, and no injuries reported. Mahalo to the Facebook account What's Happening on Kauaʻi for footage of the fire. Kauaʻi residents should stay alert as Tropical Storm Hone continues on a path that could bring wet and windy conditions to the Hawaiian Islands this weekend. As of this morning, Hone was located about 620 miles east-southeast of Hilo, while sustained winds near 45 miles per hour and gusts coming in even higher. The storm is moving westward at 16 miles per hour and is expected to strengthen in the coming days. Forecasters are warning that Hone could bring heavy rain, strong winds, a large surf to the islands from Saturday through Monday. For us here on Kauaʻi, windward areas might see up to 2 to 4 inches of rainfall, which could lead to localized flooding. While a flood watch is currently in effect for the Big Island, residents of Kauaʻi are advised to monitor weather updates as conditions could change rapidly. In addition to rain, large swells generated by Hone are expected to reach the islands, likely causing dangerous surf and rip currents along the coast. Meanwhile, Hurricane Gilma, located far out in the eastern Pacific, continues to weaken and poses no immediate threat to land. However, Kauaʻi residents are encouraged to stay informed as both systems continue to develop. Stay tuned to local weather reports and be prepared for possible changes in conditions as the weekend approaches. That said, are you prepared for some inclement weather, Kauaʻi? Our friends at KIUC suggest doing these 4 things in order to prepare for potential outages. 1, protecting your appliances and sensitive equipment from power outages and surges that may occur by using surge protectors. 2, turning off and unplugging all unnecessary appliances or equipment during the storm. 3, ensure that you have adequate backup for any essential medical equipment and you have battery-powered radio and flashlight on hand along with extra batteries. There's also a list of emergency checklist items that you should have: portable radio, extra batteries, flashlights, battery-powered lanterns, matches, first aid kits, medications, sleeping bags, toiletries, and don't forget that extra pet food. Did you know that the county of Kauaʻi has a sister city? I know it sounds weird because Kauaʻi's not a city, but there are weirder things in life, aren't there? Now, a couple things to know. The city of Lihue is the capital of a province of Ilocos Norte in the Philippines and has a population of 111,651 people, according to the 2020 census. By comparison, Kauaʻi has a population of 73,000+ people. Also, the county of Kauaʻi and Lihue City established their sister city relationship in March 2011, so we've been going strong for over 13 years now. The mayor of Lihue City, Michael Marcos Keon, and his delegation visited Kauaʻi last week to celebrate and strengthen their sister city ties with Kauaʻi. On Friday, August 9th, Mayor Kauaʻi and his team with the Kauaʻi County Council brought out the aloha at a gathering at Kilohana Plantation. The next day, the mayor, Office of Economic Development, and members of the Kauaʻi Filipino community took Mayor Keon and his delegation out to visit several Kauaʻi must-see locations: the Gate Beach Park, Kealahele Makalai, KIUC's Anahola Solar Farm, and Ha'ena State Park. And as a parting gift, Mayor Kawakami gave Mayor Keon a plaque to commemorate the visit. County of Kauaʻi Housing Agency has announced that the application period for residential cesspool conversion grant program will open on Wednesday, August 28th at 7:45 a.m. and it'll close September 27th at 4:30 p.m. This program offers an opportunity for qualified homeowners to receive up to $20,000 in funding to upgrade their existing cesspools to state-approved individual wastewater systems. The program, funded by the Hawaii State Department of Health Water Pollution Control Revolving Fund, has a total of $2 million available, which could potentially support around 100 homeowners on Kauaʻi. Priority preferences for grant selection are set by county ordinance, and details about the program, including priority criteria and the application process, are available on the county's website. The Lihue Refuse Transfer Station is going to be closed for renovations from September 11th to November 1st as part of an island-wide improvement project. During the closure, residents can take trash, green waste, and other items to the Kapa'a or Hanapepe transfer stations. Large bulky items should go to the Kekaha landfill, and scrap metal or e-waste can be dropped off at Puhi Metals Recycling Center. The adjacent Kauaʻi Resource Center will remain open for specific recycling services, and Reynolds Recycling will continue to operate as usual. For more details, you can call 808-241-4841 or visit kauaʻi.gov/recycling. Speaking of the Kauaʻi Resource Center, today is the day you can bring in items to donate for the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Center. This event takes place every month, and today is the day from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. Today, residents, businesses, and organizations can drop off unwanted items for reuse. Clothing, even if it's torn or stained, those can be donated too, along with small furniture, children's toys, books, and shoes. You may not believe this, but I have a bunch of stuff in the back of my car to drop off right after we're done here in the studio. So there are some limitations. However, e-waste, chemicals, appliances, or broken items can't be accepted. For everybody's safety and to make the process smoother, the Salvation Army asks that you remain in your vehicle while on site, meaning you can just relax while they take care of the unloading for you. On Wednesday, the Kauaʻi County Council took a moment to honor 3 dedicated volunteers who played a key role in searching for missing 25-year-old Kapa'a resident Dylan Wagner. Now, if you remember, Dylan was reported missing 2 weeks ago on August 9th, and KPD asked for the public's help in finding him. Well, 3 individuals stepped up on August 10th, the day after the Kauaʻi Police Department suspended its official search efforts, offering hope and support to Wagner's loved ones during a challenging time. The volunteers, Timothy O'Rourke, Clayton Kubo, and Eben Manini, were recognized with certificates during the council committee's meeting, which was attended by members of Wagner's family and Hōʻike, of course.
Morning, everyone, and welcome to the meeting of committee meeting of August 21st. Before we get started, we have certificate presentations, and the first one is for Mr. Clayton Kubo, Mr. Eben Manini, and Mr. Tim O'Rourke. So if the 3 of you could please come up. These 3 individuals did not want to be here today. Let me just say that, and I had to beg because I think it's important that the community gets to meet these 3 individuals. And there were many, many, many people involved in the search of Mr. Dylan Wagner. And but these 3 were the 3 that were responsible for actually locating Dylan. And I just wanted to on behalf of the County of Kauaʻi, really, and all of us, just recognize you folks. So I'm going to go ahead and read the certificate, and then we'll share some comments. So the Kauaʻi County Council recognizes these 3 individuals and extends its deep gratitude to them for their selfless efforts to locate a missing community member in a forest reserve within the Kapaa area. Kauaʻi County Council commends Clayton Kubo, Eben Manini, and Tim O'Rourke for demonstrating courage, resolve, and altruism during the volunteer search efforts to locate a missing Kauaʻi community member, and wishes the family of the decedent peace and comfort in the days ahead. I know it sounds kind of not like something you would applaud, but I do want to applaud you guys because and I know that Dylan's partner is Olivia, I believe, is here, and again, from all of us here and from the County of Kauaʻi, we offer our condolences. So, Clayton, thank you, Eben and Tim, for what you guys did that day. If you just want to share a little bit, I mean, we'd be more than happy to hear from you. I know you guys are not comfortable being here, but appreciate you guys being here today.
Yeah, this kind of tough for me. Because I gotta look at this from a perspective of, the kid was like my youngest son's age. And no matter what, I feel this way right now. I felt this way since the other Sunday. And I'm going to say this, if ever somebody else is out there, I still won't go. Because that's what it boils down to. We gotta, work as a community, work as a team, and we gotta figure out the glitches that can be corrected. And not allowing volunteers to attend, to search, to me, that's wrong. Yeah, because I guess we will prove them to you guys that you gotta allow to a certain point, I'm going to say. Yeah. That's all I get to say. And this is real hard.
Thank you, Clayton. And all 3 of you. And yeah, I want to really reiterate that it was a lot of people that volunteered in the search. And I guess one option was to give everyone a certificate, but after learning of what had happened, and Eben, your send-off that you did at the site on the Wednesday was, I've never seen anything like it. And it was
everybody, all the kupuna from North Shore Tour.
Yeah.
Was very spiritual. Yes.
It was very spiritual.
For all of us that
Yeah.
participated, that's what made it that experiencing.
Yeah, and I think that I never knew Dylan, but at that moment we were there, it really felt like I did. It's weird, hard to explain.
Thank you for being there for so many people on a regular basis and having that strength and courage of character to be willing to go out and know that you might have a very, very difficult outcome, and being connected enough that it does break your hearts. And
Mahalo for all that you guys do and the work that you've done. Just too hard to talk about. So the brevity of my comments is not the length of the care that I have for you guys. It's amazing that you guys volunteer your time for this.
I think I'm not surprised, because Clayton and Abin both, growing up in Waimea Valley, that's being born and raised there. You live your life, in the wild, in the bushes, in the rivers, and so I mean, that life skills give you guys the gifts that a lot of even the paid guys cannot do, or by just being there, you guys just support the efforts, and the faster we find them, the faster everybody get closer.
When we go to our conferences, we get to meet a lot of the council members from very rural areas, Utah, Wyoming, Montana. When they have a large rescue, they embrace the help of the community. All the agencies embrace. I don't know if there's one fireman out there that can actually ride on a horse. Maybe one policeman that can ride on a horse, but I know these guys can. The point I'm trying to make is that in a time like this, it's nice to deputize our people, have them join our search party, and go retrieve people like Dylan. Thank you guys. Today and moving forward, you're the heroes. Thank you.
What I see before me or before all of us is leadership in our community, just stepping up and being able to, like you said, Mr. Kubo, volunteer. Okay, that to me is very important that we accept that and provide opportunities, because heaven knows what more support we can get, overall. But I truly understand what you're saying. But for the three of you, just appreciate what you did, how far you took it, what happened, and then being here today. And this is a true example, again, for me, as leadership within our community, and we need to continue to support them. So mahalo plenty for that. Mr. Kuli.
And my heartfelt condolences go out to Dylan's Ohana and all his loved ones, and my deepest gratitude, mahalo nui loa, to each of you and to all the search and rescue folks, especially the volunteers. Thank you.
Again, I just felt it was important that the community know that, I think Ms. Cowden talked about, it's not just this one rescue. You folks have been a part of so many rescues. So yeah, mahalo. Mahalo. Please.
Yeah, like just state this, that we never like to hear 401 certificate. Yeah. It's like fly that out there.
we forced them.
I know. Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Olivia?
I've never been in this situation before. I've never, ever looked for somebody that I loved. And it's painful, and I'm grateful for the community stepping in, and I don't know what I would have done if I had to find him. If he would have known the way that everybody came together for him, and the way that people showed up, strangers that just showed up, that he would be, maybe it would have changed things, I don't know. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for Megan Wong and for Pa'ula and those three men that just gave me a piece of some sorts, and I'm grateful for this community. So thank you.
Thank you.
As you can see, those men were not very keen about being in the spotlight for their efforts, but I think it's safe to say that they are more than deserving and truly honorable for their actions. Mahalo to them from all of us here at Hōʻike. Let's look forward, shall we? The weekend begins soon, and there's never a shortage of things to do around here. So let's take a quick look at what events you can look forward to in the upcoming week. The 5th annual Kauaʻi Food Drive Benefit Concert kicks off Saturday, August 24th at Anahola Marketplace. The performances begin at 3 p.m. and include Kauaʻi favorites like DHB, Tropical Groove, Vic and the Victims, Da Funk, and Casa Bossa. Non-perishable food items are being accepted at the door, and more detailed info about the event can be found at kauaifoodbank.org. In related live music news, the 2nd annual Wagon Music Festival is also taking place on Saturday, August 24th at the Kauaʻi War Memorial Convention Hall. The event begins at 3 p.m. and for 6 hours, attendees can look forward to performances by the students as well as yummy food trucks, a silent auction, and of course, fun for the entire ohana. Bandwagonstudios.com is where additional information on the event can be found, and you know Hōʻike is going to be there too to capture it all. So stay tuned to Channel 54 and our YouTube channel to see it for yourself if you can't be there in person. Another event Hōʻike will be filming, and the 3rd musical event on the list, is the longest running one. The original Kapena promises a musical journey through their classic hits and beloved favorites at the 40th reunion tour, taking place at Vedina Stadium again on, you guessed it, Saturday, August 24th. Doors open at 4, and more info on that event can be found at highfinest.com/events. And again, keep your eye on Channel 54 or Hōʻike's YouTube channel afterwards to relive the magic over and over again. A 2-week hybrid job training that's available to the public is beginning in September. The Kauaʻi organization is hosting a fast-track hybrid program that'll help registrants gain valuable skills as well as nationally recognized certifications to help gain employment in the environmental and construction fields. Some certifications being offered are a 40-hour hazardous waste operations and emergency response certification, a 10-hour OSHA safety and training certification, and a first aid CPR AED certification. The AED stands for Automated External Defibrillator. You know, the thing with the paddles and they yell clear? But that doesn't stop there. Additional trainings will include Intro to Environmental Justice, Mold and Muck Asbestos Awareness. The classes are a combination of Zoom and in person, and they run from September 5th until September 18th. All in-person classes will take place at the Kekahan Neighborhood Center, and no classes will be held on the weekend or in the evenings. Specifics can be found at kaunaleva.org. The scene behind me was beautifully shot and then submitted to us by Gregg Townsley. If you're listening on our podcast, you can view the glistening picture of Honolulu Bay on the thumbnail for this episode. Mahalo nui to Gregg for his submission, and if you've got a photo you'd like to see as the backdrop for the Hōʻike Weekly, don't be shy. Upload your submission at hōʻike.org right now, and then check back next week to see if it makes it onto the silver screen or a phone screen, depending on how you watch the show. Either way. All right, Kauaʻi, that's all the Hōʻike we have for you this week. I'm Trisha Allen, wishing you love and aloha. The studio is going to be much more full next week. See you then.